really crazy to see these concepts with Tua back here. He really does remind me of perhaps my favorite quarterback of all time in this particular offense. That would be Steve Young of the San Francisco 49ers. I just thought about it, just popped in my head right there with the left hand and everything, and even his size and his the way he's built with his frame.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, Top Billin and Fins Nation. You heard your boy. August of 2019, the first time I brought out that Steve Young Tua Tagovailoa comp. And now it's back again with your boy David Carr of NFL.com. So, man, I got to do a little bit on my man Tua, of course. That's my guy, the Samoan sniper, because he's going to have a hell of a year next year with the Dolphins having that game plan, right? Having the game plan. You got his feet wet in his first year. He probably shouldn't have even played. You got to take that into consideration. Think about this, man. You're coming off of a devastating hip injury. You're spending your time in a COVID-impacted offseason rehabbing instead of getting better at football. So you don't get a chance to shine until later on in the season, and you're expected to be perfect. You're not surrounded by the best of talent. You don't have the best of pass protection, not that good of pass protection at all, and average to below average or maybe slightly above average talent at best. Not going to happen next year. The Dolphins are in prime position to get themselves an immediate impact weapon like a Kyle Pitts, Mr. Checkmate himself, or a slew of really impactful receivers that should come in and do the job right away. Whether it be my man Jalen Waddle, the Houston Rocket, who Tua Tagovailoa has a great ass rapport with from their time at the University of Alabama, or a guy like Jamar Chase, who was a damn stud straight up, or a guy like Devontae Smith, another former teammate of his. It does not matter. They are winning. They can supply this guy with even more talent, just like you'll hear David Carr speak about right here next year. Could be the start of something great. Just like my all-time favorite quarterback, well, at least one of them, 1B to Peyton Manning, Steve Young. So you see I had that comparison back then. I want to see this guy really live up to that particular billing, which is top billing, right? And be able to show himself to be exactly what I thought of this guy, right? So I know what it is. I'm like this as well, right? When people are getting too much hype, I want to know why everyone is getting hype, especially if they're calling someone near perfect. So I was one of the first people here on the channel, right? On the channel back then when everybody was on Tua in his second season, his first year as a starter when he was absolutely killing it. But I saw some holes, right? I did a study, the blueprint or something like that to stop Tua. It was just my mind working and thinking like, man, how would I attack this guy as a defender, a defensive coordinator and stuff? And I saw some of the stuff that we see now and some of the stuff that cropped up a little bit later in that year, going against Georgia and then eventually in the national championship game against Clemson. So not a perfect player, but nobody's a perfect player, but he has a chance to be very special. I want you to listen to what your man David Carr was talking about right here.
I just think back to when I went from my rookie year to my second year and how much more comfortable I felt. So Tua's going to be in the same situation as all young quarterbacks are. I thought he played really well. And when you look at the film, you see similarities. And you can see why people get excited and why the Miami Dolphins are excited. He looks like Steve Young. I mean, that's the guy that he's going to turn into. It's just going to take a little time. You got a boot action. You move him out of the pocket. He sees everything very well. He gets through his first two progressions. He has the over route right in front of him. Makes a nice throw within 4 or 5 defenders. Keeps it low to protect his football player. And again, it looks just like Steve Young. It's the same type of player. It took Steve Young a while to morph and kind of grow into that all-pro MVP type player, but he has the same type of ability as Steve. I know they're left-handed, but that's not where the similarities stop. This is one of the best plays I saw all year. He slides away from this out-breaking route.
Man, check this out. This is one of the plays that Carr was talking about right here. And great minds think alike, because I'd already pulled this clip for that Colin Cowherd reaction thing that I did when I was going to talk about what arm strength really entails. And I didn't do that particular clip here because I didn't want it to be a film study after all. I just did a reaction to it. But this right here, man, I'm going to go through a few plays right here to show you what Tua can do and the shit that you can focus on with a rookie. You just want to be able to get this out of them even more. If they put it on film, you know they can do it as a rookie. And that's what you want to see here. Check this out. You're going to have man free from the Cardinals here, right? Man up and man across the board here. You're going to have a sail route by your man Mike Gesicki here. And then you're pretty much just going to have a little bit of interference here. I want to say this is Durham Smythe right here. He's just pretty much running a little bit of divergence so Parker could come right here on this slant. But Tua's going to take the sell right here to Gesicki. And look at the arm strength to be able to not even step it in this throw. It's opposite hash going towards the numbers. That's how you judge a damn arm strength, man. You want to judge arm strength not by deep balls. It's by shit that you can't put your full body English into. Look at this. Into a tight window over Devondre Campbell, around Devondre Campbell. Check this out. He's leaning backwards. Oh, come on, man. That's not arm strength right there. You're talking about a functional throw. If you're throwing the ball downfield, all you have to do is put a lot of body English into it. And a lot of downfield passing is more about a rhythm or a just a connection with somebody. But something like this shows you arm strength. This is a severe opposite hash throw. Look at this. People bearing down on him. I don't want to talk about the offensive line here, man. We see a little bit of prison loving going on. We don't want to see my man Austin Jackson with that prison loving. But look, it's not even opposite hash. It's beyond the hash. Beyond the hash, throwing off of his back foot into a tight window here. Devondre Campbell, if this is a lollipop, I've been in this situation before. I've picked off passes like this. If this is a lollipop right here, this shit is going back the other way for 6. Look at that. Look at that shit cut the wind. And look at, tight window. Look at the product placement. That's hard. Come on, man. You can't tell me this kid doesn't have arm strength. And that was past the numbers. I don't know, man. Too many people making football opinions that don't understand the sport. Man, I was a little kid recording San Francisco 49ers games, collecting Steve Young cards, just learning everything that I could about the San Francisco 49ers and Steve Young and Bill Walsh and Joe Montana. And you cannot tell me Tua Tagovailoa doesn't look like that dude. It popped up in my mind when Steve Sarkisian took over at Alabama as the offensive coordinator. He brought in those West Coast concepts, the same West Coast concepts that Steve Young ran at the San Francisco 49ers, and that's when I saw it. Tua Tagovailoa is very much like a Steve Young for sure. This type of play reminds me of a Steve Young right here. You see him right here? Pocket kind of collapsing on him, being able to evade, keep his eyes upfield, hits Myles Gaskin. Come on, creating off schedule, off script, right? Improving. His improvisational skills are very good right there. You can see the pass protection. It's all right. Nothing too bad if somebody was open, right? Really nobody open right there, but having the sense enough to have an evacuation plan. His evacuation plan has always been great. His escape clauses are built into some of this stuff. And he was like that at Alabama, man. And you can see right here, him and Myles Gaskin on the same page, flushing off to his left because he's a left-handed quarterback. And there you go, man. Product placement looking damn good right there on the run. But Colin Cowherd says, well, he can't create out of the pocket. I mean, he's a stiff. And get the fuck out of here, man. People always talk about throwing someone open. This is how you do that. You manipulate with your eyes. Look at that. Look what he did to the second-level player right there. The linebacker was definitely in the throwing window. If you have Mike Gesicki right here running this in-breaking route, linebacker's in perfect position. He just needs to be able to clear him, and he's able to do that because he looks him off. I remember on the CBS telecast, they would always say they thought Tua Tagovailoa was the greatest thrower of the slant ever. And, man, you have to really take that into consideration right there. But that's some great eye manipulation. Fitted through a keyhole. Come on, that's just stealing right there. Absolutely stealing. Are we really that far removed from when Tua was doing stuff like this at Alabama? Y'all remember this in the national championship game and the 2019 one here? You remember this slant and go by Jerry Jeudy and how absolutely perfect it was thrown? How did he go from being able to do this to he can't throw the deep ball, Cletus? Look at that. Oh, it's still traveling. Man, come on, dude. What are we doing here, man? It's like if you're on top, people just want to see you get knocked down, right? Get knocked down a few pegs or whatever like that. That's all it is. Nothing different. It's just like society in general. If somebody's super popular, people don't like popularity. Most people have never been popular in their lives, so they don't understand. But look at this guy just subtly sliding the pocket by a little bit of time right here and absolutely launched this bad boy in the face of adversity right there. Look at that. Like I said, deep ball is usually about timing, having a rapport with somebody going down the field. Him and Jerry Jeudy had that. It was simple for them to do it. Straight up. Now he's throwing to a guy like Preston Williams, who's a good player, but he doesn't have that no doubt type of speed or separation, right? It's really about the separation right here. You can see him still looking it off. Still hitting Preston Williams on the deep ball right there. Look at it from this angle. Love how he always looks it off. Just easy for him. Like, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's hard. So can he not throw a deep ball? So think about this now. You add in a Will Fuller, perhaps the best deep ball getter in the entire country, right? In the entire world. You know what I mean? That shit is going to be hard. He's going to have that, oh, shit. Damn, stay down. Next time, stay down, Preston Williams. Preston Williams, weekend at Bernie's. He's no longer with us anymore. But Will Fuller, traveling downfield now, you'll get that no doubt separation, and he'll be able to launch that bad boy like he used to. So I expect a big improvement in that particular fashion. Remember what I said about having a rapport. You get Devontae Parker right here. He does the same thing. Looking off the safety, giving Parker a chance here, but Parker's not getting that no doubt separation. He does draw a flag, though. So I noticed that. He would draw flags going to Devontae Parker, but Parker's not separating like that. But that's not necessarily Parker's game. You get a whole preseason with a guy, a whole offseason with a guy, and you learn him. That's the rapport there. He'll know to put Parker in more even exchange situations instead of thinking he's Jerry Jeudy and he's going to separate or something like that. Just put it up for him to just go up and go over somebody instead of trying to lead him down the field. That's just a rapport right there. Same deal right here. You got Parker in the slot running the inside fade. He'll know to just put it up for him. See, kind of leading him down the field. He does draw a flag, though. So, does draw him a flag, but he'll learn each in the calf muscles. Some of the best calf muscles you'll ever see. He's built like a running back in that aspect there. But now he's getting that upper body strength, getting that hip, like a full year removed from the hip, or a full almost 2 years or whatever like that from the hip. Being able to use that bad boy in your rotation, of course, having your lower body mechanics match your upper body mechanics, then going to match your knowledge of the game, having to adjust to a new offensive system, though. We'll see about that, what the offensive coordinators can do. I thought that's kind of risky. I kind of wish Gailey had came back for another year just for a little continuity. But he should be able to adjust. They had a different offensive coordinator every year at Alabama, so I don't think he's had the same offensive coordinator yet since we've known about him. So we should see a marked improvement from Tua Tagovailoa. The team around him should get better. It's just a team that's surging. The defense is going to be off the chain, I feel. Still has some holes to plug on both sides of the ball, but you can definitely do that through the draft right here, and they're in prime position to do so. Well, let me know what you think about my comparison to Steve Young, which I did in 2019, and, of course, David Carr redoing it as well. Do you see the similarities there? Do you guys even remember Steve Young? Guy was a damn monster, man. I love me some Steve Young forever, right? So shout outs to the boy Steve Young, man, entertaining your boy, the Underground King here as a child. And shout outs to Tua Tagovailoa. He'll get better right there, get in better shape and everything. So with that being said, make sure you support quality content, man. Your boy's giving you this heat. Got NFL, you take 2 seconds of a clip from some shit that's not even broadcast on television. Right? That's why I can't even show a Steve Young thing, because I know they're going to come swoop in here with a content ID claim, take all the revenue or whatever like that. Just a goofy-ass cash grab hustle that they're doing right there. So support quality content. Anything you give is anything. I'm appreciative. And, of course, it's your boy, man. With that being said, peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.